Danny Phantom, excuse me, I got the hiccups. In Time. This is a new graphic novel, hardcover edition. Let's just look at this cover art. First of all, this cover art's amazing. There's the back there, looks amazing. This is $23 pre-order. God, I really got the hiccups. Anyways, I pre-ordered this comic, and I would have liked to review Danny Phantom in time for this. Excuse me, but just was not possible. When I finished reviewing Samurai Jack on this channel, we will go talk about Danny Phantom, and I think that'll be fun. But for right now, I just want to talk about this. Excuse me, God, the hiccups. I just want to talk about this comic, which is great. Because this is a comic that came out like last week. Finally got a chance to sit down and read it. And I thought I'd get through about half of it and then not necessarily not finish, but more so come back and finish it later, right? No, I read the whole thing in one sitting because I was so engaged in the story. First of all, if you're a big fan of Danny Phantom, very obviously this is the return of Dark Danny, which we had a cliffhanger for at the end of one of the most famous Danny Phantom episodes, if I can remember. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. And that is where the story kind of throws us. So this comic actually does a lot of things all at once. So, excuse me. So it kind of, I'm just going to kind of do a quick breakdown of the story. And so Danny is kind of getting used to everything that happened after Phantom Planet, right? He's, there's no Vlad around currently. He's just kind of fighting ghosts. And now his family knows, and a bunch of other people in the city also are ghost hunters. Like you see Dash here and some of the kids from school. But he's also been blacking out and being thrown through time. So right here, they're thrown through the Renaissance. I will just say this book has great art. It's really excellent art, but it's a little more cartoony than the actual show would have allowed, and more freeing to go out of its, kind of hard style, but still really works. But, he's still getting used to the fame and the attention. But after realizing things are going bad, with him being thrown through time, he doesn't know what's going on. He decided he wanted to go see Clockwork. But then Vlad shows up. We learn that he survived the events of Phantom Planet, was able to go home. So this does not retcon Phantom Planet from happening, because I know a lot of people hate that finale, including my I haven't seen it in a long enough time to really say if I hate it, but And so we learn that Vlad accidentally let out Dark Danny. Dark Danny's on his way to on his way, and so now Danny and Vlad must work together to kind of get this ultimate power thing. Sam and Tucker go with them as well. Oh, meanwhile, Danny's sister, was it Naz? I'm forgetting. They go to help protect, the city from danger while they're away, and that's kind of the basic plot of it. And then they defeat Dark Danny in a way that is actually pretty cool, and I'll talk about that when we get more into spoilers. But I just want to break down the main story of it. And I know I gave away spoilers, but I'm also like, it's just the setup of the story, so it's not really major spoilers. But yeah, I'll probably put spoilers in the title of this just to be fair. And, and what I've enjoyed about this is it finally gives us what we've been waiting for as fans of Dark Danny's return. And they do some really interesting things with it, and Dan learning that he has to be an ambassador for both Ghost and humankind, since he's half of both. And they show you, and that's really cool. And you see Vlad kind of grow as a character over the course of the story, and Vlad actually is the one to take down Dark Danny. Dark Danny might have actually died if Vlad had not done what he done in this comic. And I guess spoilers, but yeah, Dark Danny actually, when they're fighting him, they realize that this character's very angry. He's lost things. He's gone through pain right? If you've seen his episode, we know the pain he's gone through, and they realize that we need to let this dude, start a new life and do better, just like Vlad had a second chance to do better, and you know, and they even joke about how Vlad's had several chances to do better but refuses to. But you also get a hint in the next part of this comic that Dark Danny's taken over one of Vlad's clones, and something may or may not bad be happening. More than likely bad if they decide to continue off of the story. We don't know. And then we got Valerie, who's kind of pissed and maybe on the hunt to kill Danny because she thinks he's evil, and because she got on it kind of with Dark Danny. So there's some really great possibilities with this, and man, just reading this makes me go, shit, we need more Danny Phantom. Actually, animated comics are cool. Don't get me wrong. If they do more, I'll read them. This was an excellent comic. It had so much character development and actual story to it that it just felt so natural. Some of it, and even some of the humor just felt exactly like Danny Phantom. It just had so much great story and life to it. Only problem with bringing it more to animation is just Butch Horseman's a piece of shit, and that does make it hard. But I don't know. We need to find a way to bring back Danny Phantom, because Danny Phantom is a great show, and this comic just reminded me why, and just made me want to watch more fucking Danny Phantom, so yeah, I think this is just awesome. If you haven't read this, totally grab this comic. What a great comic.